Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to you, wherever you're watching around the world. You're joining the Invictus Racing League Formula 2 Equal Performance. We're in round 4. The Grand Prix of Russia in Sochi. It's going to be an electric event. I'm Energy Dan. I'm one of your commentators for this season, and I'm joined in the commentary box by none other than last season's championship winner, Wiselander. How are you, Wise?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for that fantastic introduction to me. How are you?
I'm fine, mate. Yeah, I mean, you don't need to thank me, mate. You're an Invictus Racing League legend, mate. You're a champion, mate. We regard you in high stead, mate. So yeah, there's no thanks necessary for that introduction, mate. It's warranted, mate. It was an epic season last season, mate. So yeah, I'll always introduce you as that, mate. I will never not introduce you as the last season's champion. So you've got to make sure you're this season's champion, mate, so we can continue doing that. But yeah,
I'll do my best, mate.
I hope so, mate. Yeah, so I'm doing very well, mate. But so Russia, Sochi. We've covered it on the hot laps, but yeah, what do you think? What do you think to Sochi?
Yeah, obviously, what's going to be in everyone's mind is corner cutting, and to do that the least, because we could see like a train of a lot of people going towards the line at the end of the race. And then it's going to be about who has made the least mistakes and who's got the highest amount of penalties. That's going to.
I mean, I've drove around here before, being cautious, and it's just so difficult. Even when you're being cautious, you pick up the odd one here and there, and it's almost unavoidable, especially when you get to the end of your tyre life of your stint. And, you just go a little bit wide, and you pick up and you think, oh, no. But,
it's also when you try to be cautious, sometimes it's going to backfire you, because you have to be in some sort of rhythm, and by being cautious, you get out of that rhythm, and you can pick up even more penalties, maybe. So.
Of course, yeah.
To say it, maybe it's even unavoidable, sort of.
Yeah, I almost agree, mate. Yeah, I without a single penalty. It would be very interesting to see that. But yeah, so let's just quickly run down the tables while we're waiting for the drivers to get into their cars. So we have got a couple of absentees this evening. A couple of people at the FIA Medical Centre with various illnesses. So hopefully they'll have a clean bill of health for the next race. Any reserves tonight still score points for the constructors, so bear that in mind when you're following your team of choice. So onto the drivers really quickly. I'll be as quick as I can with this. Obviously, in first position in the Drivers' Championship is Lozak. 3 wins from 3 races. He's the first racer that we know of that is in the medical centre. So he won't be able to take you off that podium, Wiseland. I'm sure you're happy about that, but not happy that he's ill. But yeah, your consecutive win streak.
Yeah, he was going to break my record, so
yeah.
I wish him all the best, but if it had to happen at some point, it's the best point now.
Yeah, so Lozak sitting in first place. In second place, Ferocious Dan, trailing by 22 points. Now, nipping at his heels, Aaron J. Spence in third place, 1 point behind Ferocious Dan in third place. We've also got TB2, technically joint third. He's sitting also on 22 points. In fifth place, we've got Colin J in the Alfa Romeo. He's on 17 points, 5 points behind TB2. Then we've got our French driver, RG44, in the Renault. He's sitting on 15 points. Just behind him is MJ Coupe, who's had a pretty good season. A DNF in first race and then 2 6-point finishes in the second and third race. He's on 12 points. Then in 8th place is Estimats, one of our, I think it's his second or third season now for Estimats. So yeah, he's sitting on 9 points. Going down, we've got Tony Y, who I believe is not here tonight, another medically challenged racer. He's sitting on 8 points. And then in P10, Gamel Alamonda. Watch out for this guy. Inconsistent, but very fast is Gamel Alamonda, so keep an eye on this guy. He's on 6 points. Also on 6 points is Sab, one of our. He's an awesome guy, Sab. We absolutely love him on the podcasts. If you're listening, guys, do tune into the podcasts. He does it along with Gareth on Thursday nights. Absolute fantastic podcast. He runs through the, normally before the season break, he runs through the Formula 1 season and the Invictus Racing League season. So yeah, join Sab and Gareth for that. But yeah, Sab's sitting down in P11 on 6 points. Then nipping at his heels, 2 points, is Delange. He's in 12th. And then we've got Tanker 903 on 4 points. We've also got Humberstone in 14th on 4 points. And then we've got Captain Stiff in 15th on 2 points. Then again with 2 points is Matty UTM. Now, we've still got to see point scoring positions from Mr. Steen, Nick and Ike's Fun. So hopefully if these guys are in tonight, we will see some point scores from those guys. Now, moving on to the constructors, Boris. Racing Point sitting pretty until tonight when we found out about Lozak's absence. Racing Point with Lozak on the team, surely they're going to get the constructors this season. What do you think, mate?
Well, it's going to be a very important task to do for TB tonight, because I heard something about that he also wasn't able to come, or that he was afraid, but he has made it. So he's got to do everything for Racing Point tonight and try to at least don't make the loss in the championship too big. But I think they've been very consistent, so I'm confident he can do a good job again tonight.
Yeah, I actually agree with you there, mate. But yeah, run quickly down the road because the guys are getting ready to get in their cars. I'll do this very quickly. Second place is Alfa Romeo. Third place is McLaren. 67 points for Racing Point. 39 for Alfa Romeo in second. McLaren 29 in P3. P4 is Red Bull on 21. P5 is Renault with 19. P6 is Toro Rosso with 8. We've got Mercedes in P7 with 6. We've got Ferrari in P8 with 4. We've got Haas with 4 points in 9. And then Williams trailing with 2 points. So there you go, guys. There are your constructor standings and driver standings so far. So we're actually a quarter of the way through the season. I can't believe we're there already. So 4 races about to be down with another 8 to go. So it's all to play for. Going to be exciting tonight, mate. I'm intrigued to see what happens when this screen flicks on and we see what the weather's going to be like. Because as we covered earlier, go on, mate.
That's also an interesting thing. Let's see, only one more guy loading. It's fun. And of course we had rain in last week.
Ah, right, okay.
In qualifying. No, it's dry.
It's dry. Oh, lovely. Lovely.
Okay, I'll ask what it's for the race at the weather station, trackside.
Cool stuff, mate.
And then we'll see if the guys have an even worse night tonight on penalties and on racing as well.
Yeah, but yeah, it looks pretty sunny out there. So track temperature, you're probably looking at about 34 degrees in Russia at this time of year. Could be a little bit cooler. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. It really is. Let's just see what the guys come out on the tyres as well, because again, you know, some guys do choose to come out on the hard tyre or the medium tyre just to set a couple of laps, and then they go onto the softer compound. So we'll see what people are doing. I believe the Haas driver was one of the first to come out. Not that Haas.
All dry, so confirmation on that one. Dry race and qualifying. So for us, a bit of a shame, but I think everyone's had a big sigh in the pit box, because I think that's a relief for those guys.
For the drivers it is, yeah, but think of the commentators.
Yeah, come on, we want to see some rain. It's always dry this season.
Yeah,
come on.
I know. Yeah, but no one out. No one out.
Higher. Oh, sorry, go on.
No, I was going to say no in our luck. It'd go all the way to the end of the season. We get Brazil rain. You know, a track you don't want to see rain because it's good racing, but yeah.
Well, it could, of course, Brazil is known for some very cool championship deciders. So
2008, yeah,
become even better.
Yeah, 2008 with Hamilton when Ferrari his last lap. You know, that was ferocious to see. It really was. Yeah, me being not a Hamilton fan, And even more so if you're not a Ferrari fan, it was exciting both ways, wasn't it?
I know, I can remember I was actually hoping Massa would win it. I don't know. I was a child then, but
Yeah, well, to be honest with you, I mean, while we're watching the guys in the warm-up laps, so while we're speaking about that, I'm not a Ferrari fan, but I actually love Massa. I love Massa as a driver, and
yeah,
even though I'm a Hamilton fan, I wouldn't have minded if Massa won it that year. Right, so
no, he deserved it for maybe for 1 year.
Let's get
back to the actual race.
So, on board with Nick J. Thompson in the Haas, he's on his fast lap, his first fast lap on the soft tyre. So he's approaching now turn 2. Let's go on board and see, yeah, cuts it very nicely. There we go, that sausage curve that we were on about earlier cuts it very nice. So I think if you get that left tyre over that sausage curve, it's a penalty. So Nick, very well showing great skill by getting it bang on the top of that sausage curve. Runs a little bit wide there.
But I think that's allowed. Does he go on in this lap? Yeah, I think he's still going for it.
He's gone! He saves it though. He's covering the track though. He's careful here though, needs to be careful.
Sab, I think it's Sab is coming past there.
Yeah, well,
it was Dan.
No, I think it was Sab. Was it Sab or Dan?
No, it was Dan. Dan is now. Yeah, Dan is now coming towards the straight. So Sab was in turn 3.
So we've got the two McLarens running pretty much tail to nose. So we'll see Ferocious Dan cross the line for the first fast lap. I imagine Nick will come in and get some fresh tyres because he's going to wreck those ones. So just on board with Ferocious Dan. Looks very tentative on the accelerator there. Coming to the trickiest corner on the track.
Let's see what he does on gears. Oh, I just missed it. I think as soon as you go into second gear on that corner, it's almost pretty much going to spin you out instantly. So
too much torque on the rear axle, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's already down on our expected time. Yeah, 1:32.4 is a very good lap though.
Oh, that's quick. That's quick. Yeah, that's very quick.
I would imagine you're going to see 1:32.1s for pole position here, I believe. Oh, Steen. Oh.
Yeah, already 1:32. That's quick. Steen now really getting into, because obviously Mr. Steen is switched to no assist for this season, and in the beginning of the season he was struggling a bit with pace, but now it seems like he's right on the pace.
So I mean,
he's done a lot of practice this week.
It looks like it, mate. I mean, I just said 1:32.1 for pole position, and as we said it, you know, Steen crossed the line on 1:32.1, so maybe we can even go faster. That's the first lap. The track's not rubbered in yet. You know, as the drivers go around here, they do put more rubber on the track. It gets grippier. So, oh no, and R&J comes in. See TB2, where is he? So yeah, as the track evolves, we could very well see sub 1:32s. What do you think, mate?
Yeah, I think we should, because with 12 minutes to go, we already got a 32.1. So I think there's people who can go even quicker than that. As Coop is now, as I'm just watching Coop, he's just coming towards the penultimate corner and the last corner. Let's see what he can do. Also on a soft tyre.
Oh wow! Yeah, great lap from Coop there. Brilliant.
Was a good lap, yeah.
So just on board with Captain Stiff, he's not far from the end. Just come around the last sector. Can you see anyone closer, Warris, than Captain Stiff?
I'll see. Captain Stiff on a hard tyre, which is...
Yeah.
TB is also at the final sector now, so I'm following him. Oh, he's got a lot of oversteer through that off-camber corner. Second to last corner.
Looking good though on the soft tyres.
And he's done P2.
Wow, not far off, mate. 1:32.4 dead. Wow, brilliant. Absolute fantastic lap.
I'm curious about Captain Stiff, because he's gone on to the hard tyre. As yeah, he's the only one, so very interesting.
Does he know something we don't, or is he warming up?
I can't imagine
he's going to be slow. He's going to be like a 1:38 maybe.
Yeah, but he's also known for loving the harder tyres. At least he's doing that a lot. Also starting on harder tyres and stuff like that. So let's see.
1:35 on the hards. That's not bad, mate. I won't.
Not too bad, because it's the guys on the mediums are doing 1:34. So maybe he's just trying to do some laps.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. And I'm just on board with Tanker. He's on the medium tyre, mate. So it'd be interesting to see what Tanker can do on the medium tyre. Is he trying for the reverse strategy, maybe? Or is he just using the mediums to warm up on? As a banker lap?
Yeah, could be. Could be for if something goes wrong on the soft tyres, he's got another strategy. It's always good to have a backup plan. Nice thinking from him. And as you can see, it goes very wide into that corner to get the car straightened up for the braking zone, which is also very crucial because you don't want to be braking and turning left at the same point. So really good indication from him there.
Yeah, I mean, that sharp right, sharp left, it often throws you out to the right, and that's another place we can get penalties. So I'd be interested to see what people can do across there. 134.070 for Tanker. Not bad on those medium tyres at all.
That's the pole lap for the mediums. So
yeah, it is. Yeah. Let's see what TB2.
Still though, Mr. Steen, he really seems to have got the pace because he's done at 131, and no one has been able to get within 3/10 of him. So incredible job of him in this first stint.
Yeah, so I'm just going to ride on board with RNG at the minute, Warris. He's on some fresh softs. He's on a fast lap. He's already in Sector 2. It does look like a fast lap, this. Just seeing the Williams there on the left-hand side get out of the way for him. So he's looking very tidy. He might be getting the dirty wake of the car in front now. He's close enough to be picking it up, so this could really affect his fast lap. I'd like to think that the other Williams, the Mercedes, yeah, he does, yeah. So fair play to the Mercedes of Delange there. He was just on an out lap, so yeah, fair play to him. It's Tricky's corner again. This adverse camber corner is horrendous. That peak on that corner of the inside is horrendous.
You can see the car wants to get oversteer, and everyone just about mitigates it as he goes over the line now.
132.2. Wow.
So that's the closest everyone's come to Mr. Steen tonight.
Was good that, mate. Yeah, just really quick, Harris. I don't know if the viewers heard it, but there's a little bit of a breakup on the mic there, whether it was from me or you. Do you want to just check your connection to your audio device, mate?
I'm just checking it. I don't know if it's better already.
No, I mean it was only momentary. We're just checking for our viewers. It was only momentary. Just checking, mate. So already seen some super fast lap times. I mean, I said 132.1 from the get-go, and Steen put it in there. It's at the high 132.1s, but do you think we're going to see 131s at all? Do you think it's possible from Formula 2?
I think it's certainly possible because the guys are pretty close to it, but as we were looking to the lap of Aaron, I think it was pretty clear that it was not a full risk lap.
Ferocious down,
as you said. Oh,
hey,
sorry.
Ferocious down, 132.460 in 4th place. So almost splitting TB2 himself by 60 thousandths of a second. So brilliant stuff from him.
Yeah, and for me it's a question how much more these guys can push, because obviously on this track there's always a lot more to push, but you don't want to invalidate your lap time. And that lap from Aaron looked very tight and not too much on the borderline of track limits, so maybe you can push even more and get some more tense out of the car, but then there's always that higher risk of an invalidated lap time.
Yeah, I totally agree, mate. We are going to see it. I mean, it is known that Formula 2 love their penalties, more so than other leagues, but I think Sochi, it's going to be a big player. I mean, yourself on Monday night, was it? I think you lost the win, did you not, Warriors?
Yeah, by penalties, yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, I think it's going to be a big talking point tonight during the race. And as excuse me, guys, and as I said in the hot laps, Warriors, you're going to be very busy on that penalty tracker, mate.
Yeah. As Mr. Steen is 1/10 quicker on the lap that he's on now, he's on a flying lap, so he could even improve his time and go into the 131s.
This could be
Let's
close.
See what he can do in this final sector.
It's going to be the first time that we see a Williams in the last few years take a pole. I do love Williams, but I do wish they would come back to form. And he
lap time.
does!
Incredible.
Wow! So we've seen it.
Incredible lap
We've
time
seen
from
it break the 132s from Mr. Steen. Absolute blistering lap from the Williams driver. Wow! What do you make of that, Warris?
It's just incredibly quick. I don't know, and also with 5 minutes to go, so you can do even one more run.
Yeah.
I think every run he's done tonight has succeeded. He hasn't got any lap times validated apart from this one, obviously, where he's cutting everything. But yeah, props to him because he's had a pretty tough season up to now. Also got involved in some accidents and not really by his own fault, maybe. So I think he'll be very happy to be here. And he is already guaranteed for a good starting position now. Maybe he can fall from the pole, but he's at least going to have a second or third row, I guess.
So MJ Coupe there, mate. He was down on his time. I don't think he was taking it easy. It wasn't registered as an out lap. It was a fast lap. So let's just keep an eye on MJ Coupe in the next few minutes because he may very well improve on that lap time. But yeah, as you were saying, mate, Mr. Steen is down in 18th. He scored 0 on his first outing, and then the second and third outing he didn't finish. So hopefully we'll see a great outing from Mr. Steen. By looking at that time, he's got this circuit dialed down, mate.
Well, and as you said about Coupe, he is 3/10 up on his lap time right now, so he might be going for a very quick one.
Yeah, so maybe that was just a warm-up lap. No, he's coming in, mate. He's coming in. Right, okay. So, oh no, sorry, it's Estimat's coming in. I do apologise. He's in sector 2. Oof.
That was a bit wide over that exit there.
It was a
maybe.
bit, wasn't it? Yeah.
Let's see what his split time is now.
He's up, yeah. He's up 4/10. Wow.
Well, he's going for a very quick lap time. If you can do that again in this...
That'll push him. Yeah,
Oh, it's been
no! Cool. That was going to put him to P5 or P4. He's got time. He's got time to get back.
If he would have won 2/10 in the last sector as well, it could have put him on the first row as well.
Yeah, I mean, he's got time to come back though, mate. He has got time to come back and get fresh tyres on. So let's hope he's got a spare set. Because he was up 4/10. If he carried on as he was, that would have put him up around TTG, maybe even Tanker's time. So yeah, 4/10, 132, 132.2. Yeah, around Tanker's time. So very close for MJ Coupe there. Let's hope he can recover and give himself a better run on his last run available. Time is running down the last 3 minutes of this qualifying session for round 4. Formula 2 equal performance in Sochi. Exciting stuff. We've still got Captain Stiff sitting in the pits on mediums. Is he now going to put the softs on? Judging by the field, softs are favourable. So let's see exactly what Captain Stiff can do. Let's see if we can find someone that is on track and about to set a time. Aaron J. Is on... Oh, wow. Yeah, so, yeah. He improved. Aaron J's P2 now. 132.039. He was 39 thousandths off breaking that 131 barrier, so 132 barrier. So fair play from Aaron J. Who else have we got? We've got Tanker Nano 3. Let's just see what he's doing. He's coming in the pits.
Dan is on the lap as well, I believe. So looks quite quick. DRS opens. Of course, he's not too far off that full time as well. Is he quicker? He's 2/10 up. So he could also be going for a second row on the grid or something on the lap.
It'd be tight. It'd be tight for the second row, mate. But we'll soon see. Cuts it nicely. Cuts it nicely again. Links it up. Gets that throttle down.
That looks good.
Let's see if we can get this last corner dialed in correctly. It does look good. It looks good. And again, brilliant. Oh, yeah, fantastic. What a brilliant lap. 132.156 on the second row. Oh.
So we've got the top 6, top 5 separated by 2/10 of a second. Wow. Very
wow. Close. Now that is a stat for you. If that finishes like that, that is a stat for the books.
And TB is also on his flying lap right now. So let's see if he can go for the pole lap.
He's coming through sector 1. He's got another about 15 seconds.
Oh, that's very tight, yeah, over there. He takes the wide line through turn 7. That's interesting to see.
Was that too much braking then acceleration, do you think?
No, I think it was okay, certainly for qualifying lap. Of course, normally you want to get a little bit of a better exit, but in qualifying it doesn't matter. Ah, that was a bit, maybe a bit too much over that curve, but I'm not
Yeah, it
quite
looked
sure.
it.
It doesn't.
It looked it.
And that one as well. But he goes on, so maybe it hasn't been invalidated this lap time.
He's pushing. He's pushing.
If this lap time isn't invalidated, he's taking it very good because at every curve he takes a lot of it off. Let's say.
DRS opens again for TB2. See, there's not actually any perfectly straight runs in Sochi.
Yeah.
It's
Almost
you never.
2 tenths up.
So he's looking good. He could break the 132s here if he carries on. He could be in P2 here, mate. Let's see what he does these last few corners. Oh, that was tight though.
Oh, Tancred's retired. Yeah, I think he's just.
Pull on what corner? Last corner to go. Can TB2 take the second row or the first row? No,
oh, that's been invalidated. It has been invalidated, yeah.
Oh, wow.
4 tenths. He was 4 tenths up. That would have been a pull lap.
Let's check with MJ Coop. Coop's in sector 1. Yeah, he's made a lap, so he's on it now. Is there anyone else that you can see that's further on than Coop?
Estimates as well. And
yeah, so
TTG, I believe, as well. TTG is 2 tenths up as well, so he could also be going for a quick lap time.
Oh, he's not. Oh, he's gone, mate. He's gone.
IRL F1 has gone in. Estimates then. No, he's slower. Oh no, he's won a little bit of time, but
wow,
he is in the dirty air of the car ahead.
Oh, he ran wide. Oh, it sucks you in, doesn't it? That corner just sucks you in if you go wide.
Mr. Steen goes even quicker.
Oh, we got it off. Haas of Nick. Was it Nick? I think it was the Haas of Jeremy or Nick went a little bit too happy on the trigger and span.
Ah, he moves up one place.
Fair play. Coop is next. Let's just see. He's bailed out. He's bailed out. So we
had
saw
a few extra tenths, but just couldn't make it in the end.
Yeah, I think it was Jeffrey that span. Yeah, oof. I'd press to say, but one of the Hasses span. Unfortunate from the Hasses there. Looking down the order, I don't think we've got any more racers fit for a fast lap. That's it, I believe.
So congratulations to Mr. Steen.
Oh, Steen, masterclass, mate.
Only one in the 31s.
Wow. So I won't start running down the qualifying positions as yet because I always get cut off. So I'll wait to do that. But yeah, fair play to Mr. Steen and Aaron J. Not too far behind him. Brilliant. Brilliant times there from the guys. I mean, what was the stat that you said? It was 2 temps to the top 5. So yeah,
almost
3 temps top 5.
So
yeah, three temps now. But yeah, brilliant. So that on your P1 position, your pole sitter is Mr. Steen. Joining him on the front row of the grid is Aaron J. In the second row is Frush standing third, and TB2 taking up the next position on the second row. On the third row, we've got Tanganano 3 in 5th, with Estimats in 6th. On the next row, we've got TTG Conti and then Ike's Fun. On the next, we've got MJ Coop and Sab. And then in 11 and 12, we've got Jeffrey and Nick. In P13 and 14, we've got Colin J and DeLange. In 15 and 16, we've got Matty and Captain Stiff bringing up the rear of the grid. Now, Captain Stiff setting his fast time on the mediums, but he's outside the top 10, so can start the Grand Prix on any tyre he wants, as can Matty DeLange, Colin J, Nick and Jeffrey. So free tyre choice for the guys I just mentioned. So what do you think of that qualifying session, mate?
Yeah, very interesting, and I think really an outsider this season took the pole, so that's good to see that like anyone can get the pole at some point. And also, you were talking about the guys with free tire choice. I am expecting them to go for the mediums.
Okay.
To come back at the end of the race.
Yeah.
So I think, of course, the dry race now, but I am expecting to see some trains as well, because I think 1st to 8th was like exactly 5 tenths.
Okay, yeah.
And as long as you can stay in someone's DRS, you can, even though you maybe are 2 or 3 tenths slower, you can still keep up with them. So I'm expecting to, it would be cool at least to see like a massive train for like 7 or 8 persons
Yeah, I think it's quite possible, yeah. So, yeah, I still think this is going to be an interesting race, mate. I think there's a lot of opportunities for, as we saw in qualifying, there's a lot of opportunities for people to mess up and spin. I mean, we saw a couple of races going wide or, you know, just making mistakes. So it is possible to make mistakes in Sochi.
Yes, certainly. And also corner cut, you can also count that as a mistake, obviously.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And there's also some tricky corners where you can easily spin out if you don't, you know, if you aren't concentrated for a split second. So it's just going to be very important to keep on it this race, and yeah, to keep the car in a straight line, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of sections where you come out of a corner, there's a bit of runoff on the left, but then the concrete walls just close in on you.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be very difficult, especially if you get oversteer like there that we're seeing now.
Yeah, like here.
Yeah, you know, it's scary, very scary stuff.
You wanna keep running to the end of the curve so you don't get the vibration, but if you do it just a little bit too late, you can hit the concrete walls, you said. So
yeah,
a few tricky points, and also of course I think that corner might be the worst on corner cutting, as Mr. Steen goes into the wall and is out loud.
No. So as we just saw, even at slow speeds, we've seen mistakes. So
yeah, that exit is also a bit slippery. And I just want to touch upon Ferocious Dan tonight, because look where he's at. He's in third, and he is second in the championship behind Lozak, who's not driving tonight. So it's game on for him, I guess. He wants to get as much points as possible over him.
I mean, even if Aaron J can keep P2, he's only going to get 12 points. He's not going to make
Aaron J retired last race, so he needs to get those points back, I guess, because he could have won last race as well.
Yeah.
So he'll also be very motivated to get this win tonight, maybe.
It's quite interesting because P3 today, as it stands, is actually P2 in the championships, and then P2 is actually P3. So I think we could we could actually see a battle between these two.
And obviously TB also always being the silent guy who's just driving behind them, and then at the end of the race he's there.
The grey man.
The podiums, like every time. So he's also someone to watch as we come to the 5 red lights now. Everyone's just starting in.
So there you go, guys. Everyone's taken up their... Oh, cheers, buddy. So there you go, guys. Everyone's lined up and ready to go in their boxes. The green flag in the background is waving. We've got 1 light, 2 lights. We've got 3 lights and 4. 5th light. Wait to go out. And they're away. We got a brilliant getaway from the front runner of Mr. Steen. He's getting pressure from Aaron J already. Aaron J gets on the inside. He goes into the lead. Aaron J is really putting pressure on him, but Ferocious down on the outside. As they come down to turn 2, we're seeing chopping and changing now. Who's going to get the best line? Aaron J still gets it, and he is. He's in. Mr. Steen still keeps P2, though, with Ferocious Dan pulling at his heels. TB is just nipping at the heels, dropping back slightly. Estimat's dropping down 1 position. Ike's Fun dropping down 1 position. Warris, what are you seeing, mate?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the fight for the lead, and I was just looking behind. Nothing severe happened. Also not at the back of the pack. Everyone seems to have come through quite good.
Ah, that's good stuff, good stuff. So, no incidents. That is brilliant. That's exactly what we want to see. See a few races going wide in that corner there, Warris. Do you think guys are struggling with the heavy fuel loads? Because, I've seen Ferocious stand going on the back of Mr. Steen. Not quite there, but Aaron J, yeah, Steen's going wide there. Is Steen struggling with the heavy fuel load?
Yeah, obviously it's the car from qualifying to now is obviously very different. It will feel very different as well. So it's a bit of a mindset change you have to do as TV goes to the inside, and great move. And so then also gets overtaken by Tanker, who's struggling now. Into that corner, he goes back at him. Very tricky corner to do it, but Tanker's done it. Great job.
Wow. So fantastic. We're seeing a distinctive train here as we see Ferocious Dan get a little bit deep into that corner. Nice and tight on that last corner, though. Ferocious Dan got a great drive out of that last corner, chasing down Tanker in his slipstream. Come round that easy right-hand bend. What's he going to do? Can he go in the inside line and get this? Be very interested to see what he can do. He does. He goes inside line. Can he get this? Yes, he's there. Just gets it, but can he keep it? No.
Exit
Tanker comes back at him.
He comes around the outside, takes the wide line, maybe a bit too wide. He's got some dirt on his tires now, probably. Is he going to put it there? No, he's just slotting him
Ferocious Dan. Yeah, so Tanker 903 just slots in there. But Ferocious Dan is sitting behind him. He's going to get a decent slipstream coming out of this next corner. Oh, he just saw TB2 just ahead of this battle go super close to that concrete barrier that comes back at 45 degrees. I actually genuinely thought we would be able to see a DNF then, but it looks like he just got the car in check and saved it. So, heart in mouth moment there for TB2. I'd love to see an onboard from him when that happened. I don't know about you, Harris.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Aaron J has probably been the biggest winner of this all in the beginning phase because he's 1 second clear, he's outside the DRS, and he's won one position too, as Mr. Steen is now catching up a little bit. But yeah, he's done very well in his opening phase.
Yeah, absolute fantastic stuff. I'm really impressed by these front runners actually. They're actually keeping really close together. I'll just quickly flick on the leader time. So yeah, the top 6 within 3 seconds, which round here with the first few laps. Oh, Ike's won first penalty of the race, 3-second time penalty. But yeah, the first 5 runners here within 3 seconds. Round somewhere like Sochi on the opening 3 laps, I think that's brilliant. You know, that's something to be proud of there. And no DNFs, absolutely fantastic from the F2 guys.
Yeah, there were only, I believe, Matty and Axon went into the pits, so those guys probably something happened in the opening lap. But apart from that, I saw no one facing the wrong direction or something like that. No massive crashes. So those guys kept it clean, even though turn 2 is quite tricky in the first lap.
Yeah, I agree, man. I mean, just looking at TB, it's saying on the schematic. Oh, TB goes wide again.
Oh, very wide.
Oh, he's loving that wall.
He seems to be loving that wall. I can remember Burmeister from the F1 League always calls it a wall of Putin or Putin wall because he gets caught out by it every time.
Well, I love that. That's got to be.
Maybe we can keep calling it like that, the Putin
wall. Yeah, I like that, mate. I'll certainly stick that next season if we get Russia again. But yeah, before we saw TB2 try and have a relationship with the wall there, I was about to say that TB on the schematic was a second behind these two, but when you look at it, that's not far at all. Because of the tight corners, a second is nothing. You know, on somewhere like Monaco, a second is nothing. And just like Monaco, Russia's the same. You know, he's showing nearly a second now, but look how close he is. You know, it's nothing. It really is nothing. So maybe on the when we're tracking races tonight, we should start looking at about 1.4 seconds for overtakes.
Yeah, but obviously the only thing is you don't have DRS then, which is a bit of a... Oh, and there's a bit of damage on this front.
No! Steen and Aaron J! No!
Both. Damage. Mr. Steen, 5-second penalty, severe collision. I think that's fair.
That was a dive, was it, mate? I didn't see. Would you say that was a dive from Steen, mate?
I think he just outbraked himself, really.
Oh,
he didn't even want to go for the overtake. But he instantly got some front wing damage, and now he's got even more, and I think they both got damage now.
So let's check Aaron. What's Aaron like? No, Aaron looks okay, mate. Aaron looks okay. He's got his end plates.
Yeah, he looks okay. He looks okay, yeah. But yeah, obviously he lost 4 or 5 positions,
So our new race leader, TB2. TB2's now in the lead. Tank and
once again, he just profits from what's happening ahead. Incredible.
So TB2 sitting in P4 in the Drivers' Championships. If he wins this, it adds 25 to his total, making it 47. That would put him in the lead. That would put him in the...
15 points for a win.
Oh, sorry, not 25. I do apologise. 15 would make it 37, which would then put him into second place, providing no one else jumps him with their accumulated points.
I think Lozak has got no problems with TB winning tonight because it's good for the constructors and he still stays in the lead.
Yeah.
He holds off Ferocious Dan at this point, so if he's watching, I think he's very happy, and it makes the illness a bit better, maybe, this result.
Ferocious Dan's looking at making a move soon, mate. He's all over the back of Tanker 903. Just coming around the horseshoe now. Ferocious Dan, I think he's been saving these tyres. He's gearing up for a move here, mate. He really is.
Yes, gaps are starting to form a little bit. Estimates got a gap of almost 2 seconds to Ferocious Dan, so it's not the train we were expecting, but obviously 2 guys from that train fell out of it, so yeah, this is team is pitted.
Yeah, steamed. Yeah, we see a few actually pitting.
Started in qualifying is kind of slipped away from him as Nick is retired. Oh, what a shame.
Oh, that's a shame from Nick. Do you think
I think he's hit the Putin. No, he hasn't.
All right, okay. So yeah, still on board with Ferocious Dan, mate. He's dropped to 1.5 seconds, but as I was saying, that 1.5 don't look far on this circuit. He's really on the back of his gearbox. Estimat's not too far behind also. I mean, he's 4 seconds, he's closing in, but he's got RNG all over the back of him.
Yeah, I believe Nick has just an update on it. I believe he's hit that wall.
On the Putin wall? The Putin wall?
The Putin wall.
Oh, the Putin wall.
Oh, he has spun there because it's both of those is tricky, so I think that's what's gone wrong. Shame for him. And his teammate is also in last place, so not a good night for the Haas team.
That is seriously unfortunate for the Haas team. But yeah, looking good for the McLaren so far. They're sitting P3, P6.
There's a fight between Ferocious Dan and Tanker. Sorry to interrupt you, but he went for the move.
No, that's fine, mate.
Tanker just hold him off, and now he's trying to go around the outside of the horseshoe, and he just slots in behind because that's not the place where you got to make the move. I think that's what he's thinking too.
Yeah, I mean, I did say he was gearing up for it, mate. And I'm just, by the way, mate, feel free to interrupt me.
They both got a penalty.
Oh, wow.
I believe they both got a penalty on the exact same corner.
Ooh,
let's see.
Interesting. But yeah, I was going to say, Wise, anytime you want to interrupt me, my friend, you interrupt me. If there's a battle going on, mate, you just get stuck in there, mate.
Has he got another one?
Sab did, yeah. Sab got a penalty then. It was his teammate, Sab. Yeah.
Okay.
So already...
So Ferocious Dan and Tanker both on a penalty right now. Let's see what TB is like. TB's got no penalties, only 1 warning. So
yeah.
He's really looking good at this point.
Yeah, but Tanker's pushing up. They're both, Tanker and Ferocious Dan, pushing up on the back of TB. So it looks like TB... I think TB's got a little bit excited with that incident. Oh, TB got a little bit wide there. Getting a bit of...
that's correct.
Yeah, he did. So I think TB got a little bit giddy when that incident happened and pushed on when he should have just relaxed. So, I mean, lap 6, you've got maybe another 5 or 6 laps of the soft tyre life. Before you even think about mediums. But yeah, these guys, Jeffrey got a penalty there as well. But yeah, these 3 runners, all on soft tyres. Ferocious Dan's exactly where we started. TB and Tanker up 3 positions because of that incident. But these guys now getting closer and closer together. This is the train. This is the train we were expecting, but it's only 3 people, Larrys.
Yeah, but they are very similar on pace as well. And I'll tell you what about the strategy. If you've got some time, I'll give you an example. Because on Monday, I was in 5th on lap 8 of the Grand Prix. And there was a train, everyone was within 5 tenths of each other. I went in lap 8 as the first one, and I came out 2nd on 5 tenths of the leader. So it seems like the undercut is very powerful on this track, and even though if you go very early in the Grand Prix, you can still have good medium tyres at the end. So I think it could be a valuable strategy if you go in early.
So yeah, I mean, that's brilliant insight there, Wise. Thank you very much for that. And just bear in mind now, we're down 7 laps of this 27-lap race. That's 20 laps to go. Now, if somebody wanted to be very sneaky, you could very well put the mediums on now. But it won't be advisable, but you could make those medium laps. So we could actually see, technically, any of the guys behind these 3 put on some mediums and try and jump them. It's drastic to say that, but it is possible. I mean, what we've got now, Estimates is 5 seconds behind. You're not going to make up 5 seconds in however many laps that these guys decide to pit, but from Estimates onwards, it could be pretty much wide open. Yellow flag in Sector 1. Who's that for? Don't see anything. Oh, Ferocious Dan. Moving to the right, he's going to get this. He gets it on the inside line, I think. Ferocious Dan, can he keep it? Yes, he does. Brilliant move from Ferocious Dan, who's now up into P2.
Good move, yeah. And look who's up in 9th place. Captain Steve, who started all the way at the back. on medium tires, as is Colin in 7th. So those guys could be coming back at the end of the race maybe as well.
Yeah, I mean, we've also got Aaron J now on the back of Estimats. Fair play to Captain Stiff, like he said, mate. That was a brilliant opening stint for Captain Stiff. But yeah, Aaron J now back onto the back of Estimats. He's not far off him, mate, and he's cutting corners and he's getting time where he can. So yeah, keep an eye on Aaron J because he's making a move very soon. Oh, I'm tied here, Warris, between Tanker and watching Aaron J. And Ferocious Dan. So yeah, up front it's Ferocious. We've also got TTG. In fact, well, let's go quickly to TTG because he was really gaining then. He's gone back down, but oh, it's hard to pick the fights here. It really is.
Yeah, people are really getting close to each other now again.
They are. They're opening up. So maybe tyre life's playing into this, mate. Maybe some people are just starting to struggle with those soft tyres.
Let's see if someone's listened to me. If someone's watched the F1 race. No one seems to be going in already this lap. But as I said, it could be a very good strategy. You could really get away with stopping early.
So yeah, I reckon lap 9, lap 10 is your safe bet for a stop.
This lap is yeah. Another penalty for Estimats. As Ferocious Dan is now pulling me with a little bit of Tanker, making a small gap. He's got him outside the DRS window, so he's solely focusing on TB now, probably.
Yeah,
as he's gearing up for a move, it seems.
See, TB went wide in that last corner that we saw. And again, it only takes one slight lock-up, and that brings that down. We were saying, even a second difference isn't much round Russia. It's not a lot at all. It's a concertina effect, even within the interval timing. So, very interesting to see what will happen later on this race when we get the second round of stints here.
Yeah, as Ferocious Dan is not really trying something on this straight, and maybe he's just saving up some URS to do it on the next straight. Or he is already saving for his out lap if he's going in this lap. Obviously, he can try the undercut.
Oh, we got TG! Ooh!
And TB's going in, yeah. He's going in. So that's quite brave from him to go in as leader at first, but I think it could be quite a good move.
It could, but I mean, just as we're saying that, mate, I'm watching Jake, Colin J and TTG seriously fighting it out for the P6, P7, P8 position. Serious battle going on here. I'm hard pressed which battle to go with, mate, because these guys are seriously going for it.
Yeah, they're very close. It's just a train of 3 cars, and it seems like everyone's wanting to fight here.
I mean, just seen TG taking a little sniff down the right-hand side. He was looking at it. I think he might be just biding his time here. I mean, you got to remember, TTG's on softs. TB's come out now behind TTG. 10 seconds behind him. And TT, yeah, he just got a time penalty. We said that. So, yeah. Should see TB in the background. No, not quite.
So I'm just following around TB now. Let's see what he can do in his out lap.
See, as you're watching TB, mate, I think TTG is seriously struggling on those soft tyres. I'll just quickly go to, excuse me, the position change. When I find it. Yeah, so TTG is up 1 position, so maybe he's fought a little bit too hard to try and get up rather than just staying where he was, because it looks like he's struggling. He's dropping back now. Jaco and Colin J look, they are starting to pull away ever so slightly, but again, he's actually he's come to the back of Colin J. So how's TB doing, mate?
He's just coming around the sector 3 now. As Ferocious Dan and Tanker are covering him off, they're going in. Let's see how much of a undercut he's done, as he's getting a little bit of oversteer around the tricky right-hander. I really think this could be a good strategy. I really think it could come out like a second or 1.5 seconds.
Colin J moves right. Oh, yeah, Colin J makes it. Sorry, TTG makes it on Colin J. The Ferrari driver making a really bold move on the inside to get in front of Colin J. Colin Jay's on those medium tyres. He's done 10 laps on them. So TTG still on those soft tyres. So maybe they're not as worn as I thought. Maybe they're not as bad as we thought. But behind that is TB2 on those fresh tyres, as is Ferocious Dan, who's nipping at his heels again. And then Tanker, a short distance behind them. So these three, it's going to be interesting to see, yeah. But I think TB2 could very well be in for the win. Going out to our listeners who are watching live, what do you think is going to happen? Is TB2 going to get this race win? Or is Ferocious Dan or Tanker on 3 going to deny it? Let us know what you think in the comment section. What are you watching, Warren?
TB hasn't really won or lost anything in that pit stop or in that undercut, but Ferocious Dan's still close to him and still in the DRS zone, as Tanker's starting to fall away a little bit now. He just seems unable to keep up with the top two.
Yeah, see, TG made a move there.
I'm just watching it now as well.
Oh, wow, he kind of made a move. He went into P1 momentarily, so I think he got the inside line, but then had to back out of it.
Yeah,
these two in the pit, so that releases Jacob again. No, so Jacob's in. So that releases Colin J. He's probably got another 5 or 6, maybe even 7 laps. He has done high fuel a run on these tyres. So Colin J could still very well be in this. Let's just quickly flick on the leader times.
5 seconds to TB.
Oof.
Maybe for a podium, he's certainly on for a podium.
Yeah, I would say podium, but on those soft tyres at the end.
Soft tyres at the end, yeah.
This could be interesting, mate.
Very pacey, but
I would definitely say P3.
Yeah, he must just now try and keep his lap times consistent and try and keep those guys on around 5 seconds, even though it's going to be very hard as they've got new tyres and probably are wanting to push on those early laps of the second stint.
Ooh, on board with Estimates, he's going to make a move. Not quite close enough to Aaron J, as we've got Mr. Steen getting a 3-second time penalty. Mr. Steen's now worked his way back up to 9th, probably going to go to the end on those mediums if he can, but I think it's a big ask. I think it is a big ask. He's already done 7 laps as Mr. Steen. Yeah, got another 15 to go. That'd make it 22 laps on those mediums. It's possible. It is possible around Sochi on those mediums. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
As Ferocious Dan is still quite close to TB, and what we're seeing now from him maybe is that he's just staying in the DRS and letting
TB penalty
right now. And that means they're even on penalties again, I believe. As Ferocious Dan has got the quickest lap time, and I think what Ferocious Dan is doing at the moment is just letting TB tow him as he's in the DRS. Maybe just saving some tires, saving some ERS, as he's only in ERS mode 2, I believe, on the straight, which means that he's not pushing flat out to get past, but maybe he just wants to stay in the slipstream and so he can chill out and make the move at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what you're saying there, mate. I mean, based on how the makeup and the characteristics of the Sochi circuit is, with it having so many heavy braking zones, you're not relying on the aerodynamics as much. So riding the dirty air is not going to really push your tyres into a bad position. So I think you could be right, mate. He could very well just be sitting in his slipstream, getting the toes on the straighter sections, and just being very cautious in the braking zones, saving those tyres. Whereas if you're TB, you're going to be trying to get ahead of him and defending, and that's going to wreck his tyres. So it could be very much different to the general consensus of the racing etiquette in terms of aero and tyres, mate.
Yeah, it really looks like it, because let's see telemetry. He's in 0 ERS at the moment, which means he's just saving. ERS is always a good indicator as to
how much someone's pushing,
what someone's how much to push him. What he does on the straight on the ERS is he's going into ERS mode 3. Maybe he's lining up for a move now. He's much closer than he has been before, only 4 tenths away. There's a car in front of TB, so he might get a little slipstream from that car, but this is very close for and this is ERS mode 4, so he's really going for it now.
Oh, he's on it. He just set a fast lap then, coming across the line. He's on the outside. He's going to cut in.
Maybe switch back now.
Very close. He's going to get the inside line coming on the left. Is he close enough? Not quite.
And into this turn then goes.
Is it the switcheroo? Is the switcheroo? No, not quite. Oh, brilliant racing there.
Saving again, probably.
That was, yeah, I think so too, mate. Brilliant racing.
Very close, but not even a wheel.
Oh, he's gone wide. TB's gone wide. Again.
TB seems to do that every
lap.
He does. I think for him it works. Because he's still running in the lead, so.
I don't know, mate. That's a dangerous tactic, because once you get to the end of your second stint, when you've really overworked those tyres, I think he might come a cropper in the Putin wall there, mate.
I think he's good friends with Putin or something, because he's not afraid of it.
No, he's not. Jacob got 3 second
penalties at the front.
Yeah, please do, mate.
So it's two. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, it's 2 warnings for Colin, who's still driving in the lead. TB's got 1 penalty and 1 penalty for Ferocious Dan plus 1 warning. So. Ferocious Dan can cut 2 more corners and TB can cut 3 more corners if I'm right.
Colin's in the pits, mate.
And now this is it. This is the battle for the lead.
It certainly is, mate.
Again, very close. IRS mode 3, 4 now for Ferocious Dan.
Is he close enough? Is he close enough? Fake to the left, fake to the right. He's going on the outside. Brave move on the outside. He's got it. I think he's got it. No, not quite.
Oh, very late braking from TV. Incredibly good defending from him.
Yeah, I was trying to get a good angle there, but the selection of camera was shocking for us there, so I actually missed the best angle there. I do apologise for that. What can we say? So, if we see more of this racing throughout the season, I'll be very happy. I don't know about you, Warriors.
Yeah. Tell me something. Wow.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised for Sochi, mate. I'll admit I was a doubter coming into round 4 with Sochi. I genuinely expected a poor race, but so far we've actually had a bit of a blinder. Yeah, you did.
I told you I wouldn't say that instantly before the race, and I was right.
You were. And I'm a big man, Warriors. I will admit my faults. I was wrong. You was right.
And those guys are really seem to break away now. And it's also something that stands out is that Ferocious Dan never really tries to move onto that straight, the second DRS straight. He always saves up his ERS for the next lap. As a bit of a mistake for TV, it goes wide, and it allows Ferocious Dan to catch up 3/10s only now. Let's see what TB does on ERS.
They're coming down the home finish straight. Ferocious Dan will get DRS.
But TB is also on full ERS mode, so he's trying everything he can to keep the Ferocious Dan behind. And so he's not able to even catch up.
He's looking close though, mate. But yeah, anybody watching post, if it's not live and you're watching this back, if you're not familiar with the terminology, ERS is the deployment mode of the battery. It adds the 80 brake horsepower into the engine mode. So that's what Warris was on about when he's deploying the maximum energy. So keep an eye on that and what Warris is telling us. Great information, Warris. We're loving those updates, mate.
And I'm just watching Colin. He goes around the outside of Jacob. And of course on those soft tires he's really pushing on those probably, and yeah, it's going to be very interesting as well to see how far he can get up at the end of the race.
Yeah, it would, mate, it really would. So let's just remind our viewers of the position change when I get the right setting. So there you go. So Captain Stiff up 10 positions. He's obviously has Captain Stiff stopped yet? I believe he has. He's on the mediums, isn't he? Stops. There you go. Captain Stiff has not stopped yet. So Captain Stiff yet to stop. So Captain Stiff will stop and will probably drop down. What would you say, mate? Probably if you do leader, Captain Stiff will drop down around Matty's area, maybe. Yeah, probably P12. So again, if we go to stops again, everyone else has stopped. So yeah, Captain Stiff. Unfortunate for Captain Stiff, who started last, I believe it was. He will drop back down towards the 10, 11 or 12 marker, but will have better tyres towards the end. So could maybe scrape, what would you say, P6, P7, Warris, for Captain Stiff?
Yeah, he's got a lot of overtaking to do then, but if he can do that, of course, on fresh softs, it should be very quick compared to the others. As Collins doing the fastest lap time now, which really indicates that he is quick.
So yeah, let's just put interval time on again, as I've messed that up. So yeah, looking down, again, TB2 and Fruscious Dan still connected at the hip throughout this race. Just looking down as we see De Lange coming in the pits in the Mercedes. That will release MJ Coupe.
Oh, they're very close now, Fruscious Dan.
I was just about to say he was making a little move there, but he thought better of it.
Is this going to be the move now for the lead on this straight? He's never even tried it on this straight, or maybe this time he will.
I think he'll go left. He'll go left. He tries to go left, goes to the right.
Goes to the right.
Not quite close enough.
Slots in behind once again.
So it is worth saying though that Fruscious Dan has an extra lap of tyre life to play with. So maybe just try to use it up now and try to make a lead, because I do feel that TB is slower than Fruscious Dan.
But maybe he's just still trying to stay behind and make the move right at the end, because maybe he thinks that if he goes past, TB will have the DRS, and then the roles are turned around. But now he's coming back again at him, very close, bit of defending to the right.
Here we go, goes to the right.
Fakes.
He's going to get it.
Goes right.
I knew he was making a move, mate. Fruscious Dan.
Cuts it and it's 3 seconds. Oh, that's
major cut there. So how's that leave us with the penalties between TB and Fruscious Dan, mate?
Yeah, TB's got 3 seconds over Fruscious Dan at this moment, so now it is crucial for Dan to get that move done, to maybe make a gap.
Wow. I mean, I did think, judging by the way Fruscious Dan was driving, that he was making a move. It just looked like he was gearing up for an overtake, and then when he cut that corner, I was absolutely wounded for him. But even now he's pushing. He's really pushing.
Yeah, he's trying to push TB into a mistake now, so he can get a penalty too. That's maybe a tactic as well.
You could be right, mate, but I genuinely just think that Fruscious Dan is simply faster, and he just wants to get past him. I think TB...
Yeah, he really needs to get past now, because he'll need to build up a gap if he wants to win this race.
Yeah, I mean, I think TB's just been really clever where he positions his car. He's not doing massive defensive moves, so I just think he's putting that car exactly where he needs to put that car.
Yeah, and he's always getting a good exit when Fruscious Dan is attacking, so yeah, fantastic defending from him too. That's also just, it's not so easy to be good at defending. It's maybe even more difficult to be good at defending than to be good at attacking, actually.
Just breaking off from this lead battle, mate, we've got Captain Stiff chasing Sab. Now, Sab's just picked up a 3-second time penalty. Captain Stiff on his friend Sab. He moves around the outside to get the better line. Is he going to get the inside line now? Yeah, pretty straightforward pass for Captain Stiff. So Sab, I don't know if he let him by or whether it was just, yeah, you can have that, mate, I'm not going to fight you. But Captain Stiff now up into P10 on those fresh soft tyres. He's only got 8 laps to go. Now, Captain Stiff, he's sitting on the back of Matty. So he could maybe get P9, but then he's got another 18 seconds after that to get any more points. So Captain Stiff very well could get P9 here, mate. Now, moving back to P1, P2. Sorry, I had to break off there. Back to our race leader. Fruscious Dan still on the back of him, though, mate. I mean, the last eight laps to go, mate. What do you think's going to happen here? Do you think Fruscious Dan going to push him into a mistake?
I really don't know at this point anymore. I was just watching it with being speechless. I could watch this all night because it's so close, it's so exciting. This is the first time he's trying to make a move into this corner, and they come very close, touching. Oh.
Unfortunately,
again, very well defending from TB.
Yeah, I mean, just from the defensive moves of TB this race, I'd almost argue that TB's got driver of the day. From my point of view, I don't know about yourself.
At this point, yeah, he really is, yeah. But now, look how close this is. He's only 1/10 away from...
Oh, this is going to be an overtake, mate. Let's ride on board with Fruscious Dan. As they come down the home, finish straight. DRS will open. There you go, you hear the bleep. Let's go to broadcast view. Let's see how this pans out. He's going to stay right. TB moves across. Now, that's one move. Oh,
trying to get the good exit now. Maybe he switch back. Yeah. He has got a good exit.
Does he make it move stick?
Oh,
TB's got the inside line now, though.
Maybe wants to switch back again. Oh, they're side by side.
Oh, no!
He's pushing him off.
Putin wall! Oh, that was so close to the wall.
Oh, that was very hard, but fair racing, I guess. That was...
Oh, I agree, mate. Yeah, firm but fair. But that was.
And he comes back at him. No, just. But I think that's
again,
with this track. That's maybe a cool thing about this track, and also what does the asphalt next to the track. What does it is that you can kind of push people wide and get away with it. They don't instantly into a wall and they don't lose too much time. So you can just squeeze people a little bit more, which is I think looks cool on for us first commentators.
But for 3 of those corners, if those walls didn't have that little horseshoe runoff to the left and right, you wouldn't be able to do that. You know, if you close those, if you close those areas off, this is basically an open Monaco.
Yeah.
So there, Frosistan just dropping back a little bit now, not as close as he was, but he is
still though. That's just
oh wow. So DRS will open up as we get to that gantry just before the DRS line. You'll hear the beep. The beep. There you go. Can he make it now? He needs to decide which way he's going to go early. TB covers him off straight away. Goes to the middle of the track. TB again choosing the better line. Oh, TB goes wide.
No penalty given.
What? Surely he's got to give that back. Surely.
Yeah, but he wasn't. Frosistan was never ahead, so there's no rule that says now that he's got to give it back, actually.
Really? Because cutting a corner like that is surely gaining an advantage.
Yeah, obviously, but
unless the delta stayed the same.
So he didn't overtake him because he took the corner. He just missed it.
Yeah.
It's the same as what happened with Leclerc and Hamilton actually this year in Italy. This is borderline for me. I think this is something for the stewards. So let's just see what happens now. I don't think he's got a penalty.
It didn't flash up on my screen, Morris. So yeah, I think you're right. But he's trying again. He goes to the inside line. He's through. He's through. He's going to get on the outside. No, no. But he's going to cut back. Oh, TB2 goes wide.
What a fight is it turning out to be. Oh.
What a ferocious battle.
And look who's coming back at them now. Tanker is also joining this fight now.
Warriors, do me a favour. Check the penalty for Tanker. I think he's only got 3 seconds.
Yeah, I think he's even with
TB.
Oh, he's got 6 seconds as well.
Ah, so he's equal with Ferocious Dan then.
So at this point, TB. If I were TB, he's got 3 seconds over Dan. I would maybe just stick behind and get into the DRS, but he wants to get this over the line, it seems.
Ferocious Dan's through. He's on the inside. He's going to push him wide.
Once again, a corner cut a little bit for TB.
Surely he can't get away that much longer.
Now he's letting him by. Yeah, that was fair, I guess.
Ah, okay. So we have seen Ferocious Dan now get ahead. I didn't think he was going to keep that, to be honest with you, but I bet we now see Ferocious Dan pull out a lead. This is what I predicted on the last 7, 8, 9 laps. I think Ferocious Dan was faster. I think we're going to see Ferocious Dan pull out by the end of the next 5 laps, 2.5 seconds by the finishing line. Maybe.
Yeah, so this fight isn't over yet because now he's got to get 3 seconds ahead of TB. So he'll still be pushing to the absolute limit right now.
Exactly. Now, when I said earlier about I think he's faster, I think he was faster, but he had to do it back then, not now. I don't think he'll have enough. I think it'll be about 2.5 seconds at the finish. He's seriously got to put his foot through the floor and push that accelerator through the front wing.
I'll tell you what, the story was exactly the same in the F1 League on Monday because I got into the lead, but I needed 3 seconds over second place as well. And I just couldn't get past until like lap 20, as Ferocious Dan has done now as well. And I just wasn't able to get the gap. So this is going to be very tricky near the end now. And TB is just the only thing he will be wanting is to stay into the DRS. So he can keep up with Dan.
Well, Warris, this might be a very controversial thing for a commentator to say, but I want TB to get a penalty and get these 3 drivers on equal penalties. I mean, think of it that way. Equalise the playing field. Let's see them race it out. Yeah, nothing personal. Let's just even the playing field. Let's see them go hammer and tongue, toe to toe. Let's see who wins. So I apologise, TB2, if you're listening back after this race. I don't wish you penalties, but I want these 3, this train to be equal, and let's see what happens in the last 4 laps.
But yeah, this is going to be exciting up to the end because up to the last corner, TB can pick up a penalty and he'll be he'll be also be very, very tense to not pick up a penalty.
But can we not ask for the commentator's curse? It happens when we don't want it. What happens when we want it? Can it not happen now we've said it?
I don't think TB is going to pick up a penalty. I really don't think so. You'll never get a penalty. Maybe else.
Yeah,
no,
maybe.
we shouldn't be.
No, we shouldn't be wishing that. I do apologise.
We should also give the props to TB for not having picked up any
of course, mate. Yeah, totally agree, Weislander. Yeah,
and it could be race winning in this case.
I did say it was controversial for me to say, so in my defence, I did say it was controversial.
Yeah, you're absolutely right in that.
But yeah,
I think everyone will get you. As well. But still, it's a massive job to only get three seconds around this track.
So yeah, I'm just going to flick on for the guys. Position change once again when I find it. So yeah, Aaron J only down one position. Sorry, 2 positions. What a race this has been. I mean, I genuinely will admit that I was very sceptical coming into this race because of how Russia is and how Sochi is, but I stand corrected. You were right, Waris. It has been a fantastic race. We've got 3 laps to go. Ferocioustan leading with 6-second time penalties. TB2 trailing in P2 with 3-second time penalties. Then Tanker 903 behind him with 6 seconds also. So, wow, it has been a fantastic race. I do stand corrected officially. But yeah, again, TB2 going wide on that corner.
And I'm also curious to see if TB wants to get it over the line, if he wants to be the first to the flag, or if he just thinks, okay, I'm just going to stick behind and make sure I'll be within those 3 seconds, because that's the smartest option. But in every racer, there's that feeling that everyone wants to come over the line first, I guess.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. I don't really have that feeling. I'm not a race winner in my pace, but I think TB will just sit there pretty as long as Tanker doesn't start pressurising him. As long as Tanker stays where he is, I think TB will stay where he is. But if Tanker starts pushing, I think he'll start pushing himself. Because what you don't want is Tanker to try and push through and then have an incident or push him wide. So it all depends.
2 seconds, 3 laps to go now. As really the only fight on track is this fight for the lead.
Maybe Colin on TDG, but
yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's getting closer, but also Colin, we just isn't able to make what we were expecting from him. Just couldn't get up that quickly in the end. As Tanker is now quite close to TB, so maybe you will be pressurizing him in the future.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, just we've had one of our viewers comment as well, saying DRS train. So yeah, it looks like the DRS is kind of neutralised when you're running with fast-paced drivers. So yeah, thanks for your comment there, Charlie. We kind of agree with you, mate. But yeah, we're definitely seeing a specific pace up front here from Ferocioustan, TB and Tanker. In fact, let me just put on fastest lap just to see what we're running at. When I find it. I'm struggling here. Fastest lap, there you go. So we're actually Colin J with the fastest lap. But the top 3, wow, look at that. They're separated by less than half a tenth between their fastest laps. So it just shows you these guys have got the fastest pace. Aaron J 3 tenths slower on his fastest lap, and then another 3 tenths for Estimats. So there's a definitive pace for the F2 sitters.
And TB's really got to watch out now, because he's outside the second. He's still got DRS, but on the next DRS already he won't have DRS. And if Tanker's going to attack him now, it could maybe lose him some seconds.
Oh, no, this is what I was saying.
A very exciting end of this race.
This is what I said about Tanker starting to push. I think TB should start to put their... Waris, while we're watching this, what's TB and for Tanker's battery life like while we're watching this? If you don't mind letting us know, mate.
Tanker's almost got no ERS, and TB has got nothing either. Ferocioustan has got nothing either, so they're all very low on it, but...
Ferocioustan, 3 second time penalty! Oh! Oh no! Is he on 9 seconds now?
Tanker. That could just lose him 2 places now.
Oh no!
Yeah, and that is the race for him, I guess.
Wow.
Now we'll need. I think he was pushing like crazy to get that 3-second lead, and he's just pushed a little bit too hard.
So would you say that's a driver falling on his own sword?
That sort of is. You know, I guess he was probably wanting to get that 3 seconds so bad, and then, yeah, he probably thinks, okay, second or third, I don't mind. Then I can just. It's like maybe with football, sending your goalkeeper with the last corner to get the draw.
Yeah.
Because you think, okay, it doesn't mind if we lose 1-0 or 2-0, you know.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So
And,
the last
yeah,
lap of the race,
that's it.
Warriors. This is the last lap of the race. Ferocious Dan sitting on 9 seconds. TB2 sitting on 3 seconds, and Tank and 3 sitting on 6 seconds of time penalties. So that would drop TB2 up to, so that would pull TB2 up to the race winner. Tank and 3 into P2, Ferocious Dan to P3, and then that would be very close for Aaron J to take P3. Would you not think?
Let's see. Aaron J's got 8 seconds, right? Let's see how much penalties he's got.
Depends on Aaron J's penalties, doesn't it?
Aaron J's got 6 seconds, I believe.
3 seconds.
No,
Okay.
6.
6. Okay. So Ferocious Dan would keep P3 then. Wow. Penalties again, playing a role in F2. Equal performance. But this has been a super exciting race. I do stand corrected, as I've said. I think it's been a fantastic race, especially from these races up front. Ferocious Dan, TB and Tanker, absolutely fantastic stuff. Coming up to the last 4 corners now, as Ferocious Dan cuts nicely.
I'm just going to say well done Putin, because he brought us a great race tonight.
So riding on board with Ferocious Dan, he's going to go on the last corner now. He'll cross the line, but it will drop down. So as we see, Ferocious Dan crossed the line. TB2 takes the win. Tank and 3 P2. Ferocious Dan in P3. Aaron J coming around the last corner now. He's going to keep the P4 by about half a second, I think. Seeing estimates. If he gets a good drive, he'll get P4, but no, he keeps P5. TTG, excuse me, comes out the last corner into P6. Jacob, let's just see what he can do. Comes across the line, keeps P7. Colin J, I believe he's got time penalties, so he'll come across P8. May be in contention to lose that P8 for Captain Stiff. I didn't see penalties for Captain Stiff. I think he's raced quite clean today. So Colin J crosses the line. Captain Stiff, does he bump himself up to P8 by being clean?
No,
not quite. Sab's got 9 or 12 seconds maybe. So he'll stay where he is. Matty again will have, I would imagine, considerable penalties. Yeah, he keeps P11. Delange coming across the line will be in P12. And then MJ Coop, who's a lap down, I believe. Oh, wow. What a race, Warriors. What a race.
Yeah, those guys were very close to each other, like almost every lap.
Oh. So, there you go, guys. There's your podium sitters. Absolute fantastic race. So, while I run down the race position finishes, do you want to speak to our media representative and get the guys into the commentary box, mate?
Yeah, I just heard that we can't get Dan, unfortunately.
Oh, Dan.
He's got some troubles at the weighing bridge, so
okay.
hopefully we'll get the other 2 guys.
Yeah, so if you want to speak to our representative, get those in. I'll run down for our viewers your race finishes. Absolute fantastic race. I thoroughly enjoyed that. So TB2 taking the race win on penalties. He only had 3 seconds. In P2 we've got Tank and 3 taking up the second place. Ferocious Dan in P3. We've got P4 Aaron J. In P5 we've got Estimates. TTG in P6. We've got Jacob in P7. Colin J in P8. Captain Stiff in P9. Sab in the McLaren being P10, Matty in P11, we've got Delange in P12, MJ Coop in the Red Bull Racing in P13, unfortunate from Mr. Steen, who had that pole position in qualifying, bringing up in P14. We did see an incident from Steen. We've got Jeffrey in P15, Ike's Fun in P16, and then in last place we have Nick J. Thompson in P17. So
I just want to point out Captain Stiff and De Lange, who didn't get any penalties. Apart from the congratulations to the podium, I want to give them a congratulations as well, because that's a very good job, I guess.
Yeah,
clean,
fair play to those guys. I mean, that is brilliant stuff. To not get penalties round Sochi, wow. Well done, guys. So, have we got TB2 and we've got Tanker?
We've got Tanker, but TB also had some issues, so he's not going to be there. So we can just talk to Tanker and have him for...
Just speak to Tanker. Okay, so Tanker, congratulations, mate. Absolute fantastic battle. Good evening to you, mate. You had an absolute fantastic all-race battle. It was literally battle all the way, mate. How was that for you?
It was a very good battle, I think. At the beginning I got by 10. Pretty good, around the outside. Yeah. I think the old racer was just behind them. It was very hard to pass TB at the end because he also had DRS all the time. Yeah, but good race. Couldn't complain.
Yeah, fair play, mate. I mean, that's some incredible scoring points for you. You were sitting down in P13 with 4 points. So that adds 12 points. That makes you 16 points. That catapults you up the table. I mean, we'll have to work out later on where everyone else sits, but you should be very happy with that, mate. So, yeah, congratulations, buddy.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the first races were all very bad. I mean, I crashed myself in Hungary, messed up qualifying in the other race. Where was it?
Germany?
Germany, yeah.
Germany? Yeah, Germany. And in Silverstone I got a jump start, so it was a really poor season until now. And
so do you think that this is like where you should be in results, or is this like specifically a very good track for you?
I'm not the biggest hater of the track. I think it's not that bad to race, so the race is always boring in real life, but yes.
So just brilliant.
Maybe I'm not at the pace of the top guys, but I think I could beat the midfield very consistently.
Well, you certainly seemed like you were front pack pace there, mate. That was a absolute brilliant lap from you, mate. A brilliant race from you, mate. But looking at the championship, I mean, touching on what Warislander asked you there, I think the pace you showed today was phenomenal, and I think you could very well push up to the front of the pack. What do you think your chances are for the championship? Do you think you're in the running for it?
Maybe, but Losek had like 3 wins in the first 2 races, so if he keeps that up, it will be very tough to challenge him.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a couple of difficult tracks coming up. I mean, you've got USA. Azerbaijan is one of my favourites. You know, a very, very hard street circuit. Not as hard as Monaco, but it's faster than Monaco. So it only takes a couple of DNFs to throw the championship on, mate. So keep your foot down, mate.
Sure.
Keep pushing. We could very well see you up to the P4, 5, and 6 positions, and pushing for the championship at the end, mate. So keep your foot down, mate. Mercedes aren't far behind you. I mean, Ferrari yourselves, you're sitting pretty far down. I'm just having a quick look. You're in P8, so that's catapulted the constructors up as well. I mean, are you interested in the constructors? Are you helping the Ferrari get to the front on the constructors?
For sure, but I mean, I can't control the other car, so it's hard.
Well, touching on that, mate,
we have to be 2 good drivers, we have to be consistent, and I lost already the first teammate, so
of course, yeah.
The second one stays a bit longer.
Are you communicating with your teammate before races, or is it rather just an open?
Not really.
Oh, okay, that's unfortunate to hear, mate. But
does his bit.
Okay, no worries, mate. Well, Warislander, would you like to ask Tanker anything else before we go?
I just want to congratulate him actually on the podium, and as you said, just keep on pushing, because I think He's made good use of those two guys fighting in front of him, and he's been very smart today, which is also a very good asset to have for a racer. So keep doing what you're doing, I guess.
Thank you. Hope to be in this room more often.
Yeah, I agree, mate. So yeah,
great.
So Tanker, congratulations on your race finish tonight. We'll see you in USA next week in 7 days' time, mate. I look forward to it. So well, take care, mate, and we'll see you soon, buddy.
Thank you. Bye. You too.
Goodbye.
So, Warriors, wow, a pretty surprising Sochi Grand Prix. I stand corrected with what I said in hot laps and at the start in qualifying. That was an absolute fantastic race. It really was.
Yeah, and another racing point to take the win. So those guys are really looking, even though we've heard from Lozak and that they are not really communicating, but it seems like the Racing Point car is a attraction of some very good drivers, because that car has won every race this season. And I believe have they extended now in the championship as well?
Yeah, they have slightly.
Only one driver.
Yeah, I think they have slightly. But we'll do a review during hot laps next Monday at 7 o'clock UK time, or maybe just a little bit before the main event. We'll give the rundown of the standings for everyone just to keep track of. But of course, everyone who's listening, whether it's live or after the race, you can get us on Twitter, you get us on Facebook, you can even watch post races back. So guys, get on that YouTube, hit the bell, hit the subscribe. Every time we go live, if you subscribe, you'll be alerted when we go live. So it's a good way to keep up with Invictus Racing League. Of course, you can join us on Mondays for the F1 No Assists, which Warislander, he's competing in. Tuesdays we've got our realistic performance, which is basically our real event where the cars are only as fast as the constructors that they're controlled by. The drivers do get swapped around, so if you win one race, you may very well be dropped down considerable amount between the constructors. So another interesting league. It tends to even out the guys. Then, of course, on Wednesdays, we have our F2 and F3 equal performance. So, guys, do give all those races a watch. But do make sure you tune in. If you're watching the F2 or F3 races, that you tune in on a Wednesday to the live F2. It is the best of the equal performances. Not taking anything away from Formula 3, but F2 is the best, obviously. What do you think, Warislander?
Yeah, I think as we've seen tonight again, it brought some great racing. Still not too much penalties from the guys. They did less than I did, so quite okay. And I think very fair racing, because of course we saw that incident between Steen and Aaron, but apart from that, it was also the battle for the lead in the end. Those guys were going like side to side, but never touched each other, so that was fair play.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, mate. It really was wheel to wheel racing, especially up the front there. It's absolutely fantastic. So unless there's anything for you to add, mate, I think we should sign off, mate. What do you think?
I think that's kind of it. It was a great race, and I would like to thank you for this night again.
Yeah, no, thank you, mate.
It was a lot of fun once again, as always.
Mate, I absolutely love commentating with you, mate. I think we make a great team. I hope the viewers listening enjoy it as well. But next week on to USA, Circuit of the Americas, which is an actual favourite, one of my favourite tracks. Absolutely brilliant circuit. So yeah, join us next week, guys. Wednesday night, 7 PM UK time, for the race build-up hot laps edition that Warislander and I do. Warislander takes us around on the fastest lap you can do on the rich fuel setting. And then 8 o'clock for the main event. So yeah, Waris, thank you very much, mate. I'll see you next week. Guys listening, thanks for joining us. And we'll see you next week for the Circuit of the Americas in USA. Good night, guys, and thank you.